In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to view logs in Netlify. If you're troubleshooting a failed deploy, checking function output, or reviewing recent changes to your project, Netlify's logs can give you the visibility you need. In this walkthrough, I'll show you where to find the different kinds of logs available inside your site dashboard and what each area is useful for. First, go to your Netlify site dashboard. Once you're inside the site, click on the Deploys tab. This is where you can review the history of your deployments. From here, select the specific deployment you want to inspect. Choosing an individual deploy is important because each one has its own build details, status, and log output, which helps you focus on the exact deployment you're trying to debug. When you open that deployment, look for the deploy log panel. This area streams your build progress in real time and also shows what happened during the deploy process. You'll typically see steps like restoring cached dependencies, installing packages, running your build command, and compiling your project. If something goes wrong, this is also where compilation errors and other build failures will appear. A good tip here is to read from the first warning or error rather than jumping straight to the end because the root issue often appears earlier in the log. Next, to view logs beyond the build process, go to your site's top menu and navigate to Logs and Metrics, then choose Functions or Edge Functions depending on what your project uses. This section is helpful when your deploy succeeds, but your backend logic is still not behaving as expected. It separates runtime activity from build activity, which makes debugging much easier. Once you're in the Functions or Edge Functions area, select the specific serverless function you want to inspect from the list. Inside that function view, you can see live console log output as well as invocation errors. This is especially useful for tracking how your function behaves when it runs, whether it's receiving the right input, and whether it's failing during execution. If you use console logging in your code, this is the place where those messages can help you trace issues step by step. Finally, if you're on a pro or enterprise plan, you can also go to Logs and Metrics and open the audit log. This section shows important project activities such as configuration changes, environment variable updates, and deployment rollbacks. That can be very useful when you're trying to understand why something changed unexpectedly or when a previously working setup stopped behaving the way you expected. And that's how to view logs in Netlify.